Hi everyone, welcome to another reading vlog. I recently read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez and I absolutely adored that book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars and it's just put me in a really big mood to be reading like summer romances. I've started this book, Happy Place by Emily Henry, only a few chapters in, but I thought, why not just film a vlog of me reading summery romances? I mean, it's just the start of summer, it's basically the end of May now, so hopefully I'll be doing some reading outside and I'm just wanting to read all these really summery, fluffy romances. I have this really beautiful edition of Happy Place by Emily Henry, which I got last year. I actually got this off Vinted, but it's the Waterstones exclusive signed edition, but I got it off Vinted for literally like £5, which was a bargain for a hardback book, and it was obviously a new release at the time. But I'm loving the sprayed edges, and I don't often buy hardbacks, but I just thought this was really pretty and I like the colours. So I'm only on chapter 4 at the moment, so I'm literally only on like page 26, so I barely even started it at this point. I'm really hoping to enjoy this because I know a lot of people on BookTube have been raving about this or raved about this last year when they read it, and it's one of their favourite books of all time and stuff, so I have high hopes for this, but we will see, because I've not rated other Emily Henry books super highly, but I have really high hopes for this one, so please let me love it. So I have actually nearly finished with Happy Place. Well, not nearly finished, I'm about there. I'm on chapter 27, which is page 261. I've been reading this for quite a while actually. I just feel like at first I couldn't get into it, so I ended up reading a different book and then coming back to this one. The reason I came back to it, well, what forced me to come back to it is actually I'm part of an in-person book club where we pick a different book every single month, and this book was actually picked for our book club for June, so I've ended up trying to get through it a lot more. I'm still not like super into it. I feel like I'm getting a bit more into it now, but it's still very like middle of the road book to me, which is not what I expected. I thought I was going to really love this because I'd heard loads of people rave about it and stuff, but I just don't feel connected to the characters. I don't know, I just don't feel the emotion they're feeling, and I don't feel like I know much about the characters. Like I'm not invested in them. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm not sure if I said what this book was about, but it's about Harriet and Wyn. They're the main two characters, and it's told from Harriet's perspective. Maybe it would actually be helpful if I had part of like Wyn's perspective as well, but I don't. But anyway, like some of the chapters are told in the past about how they met and how they got together and their love as it developed and stuff, and then the other chapters are now. And basically them and their friend group, they go to this house that one of their friends have, and they have these holidays together each year, and I think the house is just being sold, so obviously it'll be their last summer together. But Wyn and Harriet have actually just broken up, but none of their friends know yet, so they're having to pretend to still be together just to make this last summer together perfect, because also one of their other friends is getting married, so they don't want to ruin anything. They just want this last summer together and for it to feel like old days. And then I'm assuming, I don't know whether Harriet and Wyn will get back together, but it kind of seems like they probably will, but I don't know. I haven't finished the book. I'm not absolutely loving this. I'm not hating it. I'd say at the moment it's probably around like a 3.5 stars, which is really disappointing because I thought I was really gonna love this. It is very summery and I love the vibes and everything, but yeah, just the characters and the way it's written, I'm not in love with it. But that is my update for now, and I'll probably give you another update once I've finished it. Oh, and also in just under a week I'm going on holiday for a week, so hopefully I'll be able to get some footage there. Hopefully I'll be able to read outside. We're staying in a little shepherd's hut, so it'd be really cute, and hopefully I'll be able to sit outside on this little balcony and there's fields surrounding us and everything. It would just be really nice. So I'm hoping the weather will be really good so I can sit outside, enjoy the sun and create some nice summery vibes for this video, because the weather's been pretty rubbish recently, so I've just been reading indoors, so there's nothing interesting really for me to film. Nothing summery anyway. I'll give you another update when I finish the book. It's like 8:30 in the evening and I'm in my pyjamas and dressing gown, so ignore that. But I've just finished Happy Place by Emily Henry. I did enjoy it, and I feel like the further along into the book it got, I enjoyed it more. So like the last kind of 100 pages I did enjoy quite a lot, but it just took me so long to get into it, and I still by the end of it wasn't like fully connected to the characters. I still feel like I didn't know the characters super well. especially all her friends. Like, I knew them on like a base level. I didn't really, yeah, there was just something not my favourite about this, but I did really like it. It was an easy read. I think I'm going to settle on a 3.75 stars for this one, mainly because it just took me so long to get into, and as I said a million times, wasn't super connected to the characters, so 3.75 stars for that one. But it is a very, very summery vibe read, so I recommend it for summertime. And I think I'm going to potentially go into this next, 28 Summers by Elin Hilderbrand. I've not read any books by Elin Hilderbrand before, but I've heard really good things about them, and my grandma read this because I let her borrow it, and she really enjoyed it, so I'm really hoping I do too. Not entirely sure what this is about, but I think it's something to do with a couple. They see each other every summer for, I'm assuming, 28 years, I don't know, but they're also with like other people at the same time and stuff, and they just, yeah, I don't know. I will see when I get into it. The font is really tiny, so I've had a little break since finishing Happy Place, so I'm gonna start this now, I think. I'm now back from my holiday. I had a really good time, but it does feel like I kind of haven't had any time off because I was so busy. We did a lot of walking, so I just feel really knackered. Whilst I was away, like, you would have seen some clips of what I read and little bits of my holiday a second ago. But I did finish 28 Summers by Elin Hilderbrand, and yeah, this ended up being about a couple who meet, and they end up saying they're going to meet every Labour Day weekend forever, basically, regardless of if they've got husbands, wives, kids, whatever. They were going to meet up every summer. So this book covers their 28 summers together, and this book took me a long time to get into, actually, probably about 2/3 of the way, and then I was actually pretty hooked just because I wanted to know how it ended or what happened, and there was a bit more drama going on between her friends and stuff like that, so it was just a bit more interesting. I'm not too keen on the writing style because there's like parts of it which they go into too much detail, like, for example, she's describing like a location or going off on a tangent about something, but it's just too much description, and you know, it just takes me out a bit of the story, and I could feel myself zoning out on those really long paragraphs. But overall it was an okay read. It was like a good summary type of book. I'm just going to quickly check what rating I ended up giving it. So I ended up giving this a 3.5 stars. So it was a good book. I'd recommend it if you like the idea of it and stuff, but it wasn't my favourite, and it did take me quite a long time to get into. Anyway, so I finished that when I was away, and then I also decided to read The Villa because I thought it would be like a summary thriller, because it's based in it's set on a villa in Italy. So I thought it might be quite a summery read, but there was literally zero summer vibes within this book. It was just, yeah, wasn't the best book either. I got through it pretty quickly because it's less than 300 pages, so I got through it in 3 days, but I didn't really like this that much. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The book's about these two friends who are writers, and they go to stay at this place in Italy, or this villa in Italy, and years and years ago in this villa was a murder, and there were some other writers there, and there was some drama, and obviously a murder happened and stuff, and they ended up staying there, and then it kind of goes from there. They find out that story, and then yeah, stuff happens, but I didn't really like it that much. It was a little bit boring. I didn't really like the plot of this, and there wasn't really a big bang at the end. I just sort of guessed kind of what was going to happen. It was okay. 3 stars. It was a sort of enjoyable time, like as in I got through it quickly enough. I must have enjoyed it a little bit, but yeah, just wasn't the best thriller, so meh. And since being back, I have not actually read anything. I've only been back like 3 days, but I think I'm going to start The Longest Holiday by Paige Toon. I think I'm going to read this book in this vlog, just because this vlog I don't think has been super long, because I didn't really give you updates on those because I was away. But if I read one more kind of summary type book, then yeah, this vlog should be long enough. But anyway, The Longest Holiday by Paige Toon. This book just sounds very summery, and it looks like it's set in Florida potentially, so yeah, hopefully this will be more summery vibes than the other one. But anyway, I'll give you an update when I've started this. Paige Toon's books are never amazing to me, they never like blow my mind, but I do really enjoy them and they keep me gripped, so hopefully this one's a good one. I haven't given you an update in a little bit, but I've got only about this much left of this book. I've got through quite a bit of it. I've been listening to it via audio and reading it physically in between. I'm switching back and forth, but I've just been doing some colouring this afternoon while listening to the audiobook. I have quite like mixed feelings about this book. It's been enjoyable, but I just don't like the characters, and I feel like quite a lot of the characters are not doing very nice things. Basically, this book's about a girl called Laura. She's marrying this guy called Matthew. She gets married to him, and a few months later, or whatever it is, she finds out that he cheated on her stag do. He cheated on her on his stag do with this other girl, and they had like a one-night stand thing, and she ended up getting pregnant. So obviously a while after their wedding, Laura finds out that her husband had cheated because the other girl reaches out and says, look, I'm pregnant, and then yeah, goes from there. So she decides to go on this holiday with a couple of her friends, and she ends up meeting this other guy. So then there's kind of this like love triangle going on, because she's still married to Matthew, but she's also really liking this other guy, Leo, that she meets on holiday, and she ends up staying for quite a lot of the summer, hence why it's called The Longest Holiday. But the thing is, Laura's mum and her best friend, they're both convincing her to try to get back with Matthew and stay with her husband, even though he's cheated on her and he's having a baby, and well, at this point he's had the baby with this other girl. And yeah, like, what kind of mum or best friend would be convincing their best friend to stay with someone who's cheated on them? Literally just before their wedding as well. Just no. If that was me, I'd be like disowning my best friend and my mum at this point, because yeah, that's just not very supportive, and like, yeah, just wrong. And also Laura has now met the baby, her husband's baby. I couldn't do that. I just physically couldn't do that. But yeah, she's met the baby, and it's just all a bit odd. So I don't know, but I think I kind of know how it's going to end, but we will see. I can't say this has been the most enjoyable read. It's been entertaining, but the storyline overall, not my favourite. I sometimes quite like books about marriages like in turmoil and stuff, but it's just the way that her mum and her friends are treating her, I'm just not a huge fan of. Olive. So I'm sat here with Olive beside me. I finished The Longest Holiday by Paige Toon, and it was okay. I think I finished it a few days ago, so I think I gave it 3.5 stars, which yeah, I think would be about right now thinking about it, just because it was a good enough read. Like, it kept me going, it was interesting enough for me to keep reading and stuff, but it just wasn't anything special. And I think the reason it wasn't anything special for me was because I wasn't super connected to the characters. I didn't really feel like I knew any of them, as I said before, and it felt like that throughout the whole book. Even with the ending, like, there was a good ending. Oh, what are they doing? They're having a little fight. I'll just leave them to it. But yeah, there was a good ending. There was a little twist kind of at the end. And as always, I do enjoy Paige Toon's books. I just feel like they're all quite different than a regular like romance these days. And it was just interesting to read about someone that was actually married rather than someone that's just meeting someone new. Ow! Loki, why are you biting me? Don't know what that was about. So anyway, in this little summary vlog, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed like seeing some clips from a holiday and stuff. I read Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is on my shelf if there, can't be asked to go and get it. 28 Summers by Elin, Hilderbrand, The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, which didn't end up being a summary book in the end, and The Holiday by Paige Toon. So they're all very, very summary reads, except from this one. And I don't feel like any of the books that I read were amazing. Like, I feel like I didn't enjoy any of them just super, like, I wouldn't really recommend any of them in particular. Like, I think I forget about all of these books, to be honest, after a few weeks. I'm just not ever going to think about these. So yeah, anyway, it was nice to have a nice summery vlog. It is a bit sunny outside now, but it has recently been just raining every single day for the past like few days, so it's been a bit depressing, but I think we're meant to have some good weather this weekend, so that'll be nice. But anyway, yeah, I'll end the vlog now. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.